And speaking of Punk, bro, I mean, this was full circle. This was exciting for you. I'm assuming you seeing AJ Lee actually return after the long-awaited build up, all the rumors, everything that was going on leading into AJ Lee returning, and even maybe a little bit of a mix up, a flub up from WWE Shop on Twitter, letting everybody know that she was coming back. But all the same, it was a great return. It was awesome to see it. The crowd was electric. That was a great pop. I mean, I haven't heard a pop for a return like that maybe since CM Punk returned at Survivor Series, and or maybe when he returned to AEW. But wow, what a great time, the story writes itself. The built-in feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, all with their wives now being involved with it. Becky Lynch and AJ Lee are both great competitors in the ring. Probably two of the best women's wrestlers of our generation, probably.
Yeah.
I just was all around excited for it. I just thought it was cool.
People really forgot. Yeah, people really forgot how big AJ Lee was. And, it seems like every Rumble now lately we've had, and every type of little event, it's like, oh, AJ Lee's going to come back. AJ Lee's going to come back. And it's like, it doesn't happen. So it's like I gave up hope at this point, and I think a lot of people were kind of just like, nah, it ain't happening. Even with the WWE Shop like screenshot thing, I thought that was bullshit. I thought it was like
fake,
I thought it was like an AI reply to like somebody's message being like, oh, we'll have whatever merch you need. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't, but the hints were all there in front of us again. Like you seen at the overseas show, Punk was in the ring skipping around, and little things here and there. And they it felt more, and they built it more like it was like the AEW Punk return, like the emotion part of it. That's more how I felt from it compared to like the Survivor Series return, where it was just more like a scream, like, rage. I'm back.
And it's like, think about like women returning, like, and I'm not trying to put anybody down or anything, but I think that was probably the biggest pop you'd get for a women's return. Maybe like a Rhea Ripley down the line or something. But like with recent bias, like Nikki Bella returned and she kind of got like a pop, like, okay, Nikki Bella's back, but like that fell to the wayside very quick, my personal opinion. But I think this just has a lot more validity to it, a lot more energy behind it.
It means a lot more too, especially coming from the Divas era and what AJ Lee stood for, and especially the little time she was there and what she was able to do. I think she was the longest running Divas champion, I believe. And it seems like a lot of like the backstage stuff kind of sparked from her to kind of like empower women more and to kind of lead the women's evolution, which she really wasn't there for. And she had left and got caught up with, her own injuries and the whole Punk stuff in general. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty insane. And people were losing it. I think it's got to be the biggest women's return of all time at this point.
I would have to say.
Without a doubt. I mean, by the numbers for sure too.
Yeah,
and what a way to stick it to AEW. Not to mention,
and it's like not even trying to say it's a women's thing or anything like that. But like you said, the numbers don't lie, and it's like the reaction from the crowd didn't lie, and it was like just. No. I mean, it wasn't just like a pop when the music started. It was just a full on chaos in the crowd the whole time. Her interaction with Becky Lynch in the ring. I kind of take exception to her kind of taking the Intercontinental title and doing that whole thing. That's like a baby. That's like a heel move, not a babyface move. So I kind of was a little bit confused by all that.
Yeah, I almost didn't know if it was like that was kind of like improvised at some point at the end, and then they kind of went with it because it didn't play a part during the debut.
Yeah,
you only saw it afterwards, like with the footage release, and then of course on Raw that they played into it with coming to get the belt back, which worked perfectly technically, I guess. Which so maybe it was planned. I don't know. It's interesting, but man, it was a sellout for sure. Chicago was crazy. Definitely one of the best wrestling cities, without a doubt, easily. And it's top 5. Yeah.
Because I know how excited and pumped you are for AJ Lee's return, and I know whose side you're backing with all this. I don't even have to ask your opinion on the whole thing, but Becky Lynch's heel work is phenomenal, man. Like her, you were talking about Raw when they set up, and obviously anybody that's watched wrestling
The
knows it's going
setup.
to be Punk
Yeah.
and Lee against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at Wrestlepalooza. But like her just like trying to get the belt back from AJ Lee in the ring and like having like a full breakdown, like a manic attack, like for like she's so phenomenal. Like Becky Lynch is phenomenal. I wanted to say underrated, but she's not underrated.
Yeah, no, she's the best, like she said, if not one of the best, for sure. And like it just going before it, the build up for that to what everything she did to Punk. Like when's the last time and when have we really seen? Oh, and not to sound crazy, but like a woman and a man in the ring cutting a promo against each other, and it being like that high profile and that great and that big of a storyline. Like it's almost like history to a certain extent. Like when you think about how far like the women's division has came and stuff like that, for a woman, Becky Lynch to stand toe to toe with CM Punk and just degrade him and make this huge storyline before AJ Lee even shows up, like it's so impressive, and it speaks to how great Becky is and what Seth was able to do with it too. Like
and you know,
perfect.
Shout out to AJ Lee coming out and giving her return promo on Raw Monday night, and I saw mixed reviews about it, that it was lacking something, whatever. It was from the heart. Like I can never bash like a promo or like just a little segment that you can tell is just not planned. It's not whatever. I'm just going to go out and say whatever's on my mind, and that's what it kind of felt like to me, and it just felt real.
Yeah,
we got chance for therapy, so you know, I mean, that's
when you can't be mad about that.
When you get a bunch of grown, overweight, virgin male marks in the crowd all starting a chant for therapy, I mean,
it's not a bad thing.
Nah.
You know,
I think they need
Shout
to take
out to
a
my
lesson
therapist.
yeah. They need to take a lesson over in AEW, because I think a lot of their fans need therapy.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like she definitely had her bullet points.
Yeah.
To like what she wanted to cover, and then like she just went with the crowd too. But in Chicago, it was just set up wonderfully, you know, with what Punk did, because but I think opening the show was perfect with John Cena, the way he did it, because he was like, you have no idea what type of night you're in for, a crazy night. So already you're thinking, you're like, okay. It was like an alley-oop to a certain extent to get the crowd going without saying anything. And then you get to like the promo and Punk's out there and he's like, I could have Bailey come out, you know, and do something, or I could have the Eradicator come out, you know. And when he said that, I was like, okay, good, she's not coming out. They didn't hit her music, you know what I'm saying? Then the crowd started chanting AJ Lee, and then he's like, no, you will let them chant AJ Lee. And then he finally said it, because the name AJ Lee hasn't been said by Punk, Becky, Seth, anybody except the crowd up until that point right there. So then you got it, and you're like, and then he gets out of the ring, he's just getting slapped, the shit slapped out of him again, you know. And it was great. And just like the skip down and like the little look she gave Becky, and then gets up on the ropes, and just like Punk's emotions too.
Yeah, you could tell he was really in the moment. Yeah.
It was just too like heartwarming to watch, and like just how proud he looked, and like how happy he was to be able to be there and experience that, and how happy he was for her to be able to get to that point. Because, and then after, you know, them going back to the ring after the whole thing was done, and Stu telling him to go back, or whoever told him allegedly, you know, to be able to soak up that moment, and to, you know, be in that moment, because you're only going to get that probably one time in your life in that type of situation, you know. So it's special, and it's great that they got to do that. And Seth and Becky just made it a million times better with the reactions and how they played it, and you know, just
look,
too good.
If you only had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted.
Yep.
For one moment. Spaghetti. So anyway,
spaghetti. Yeah. It's Punk and AJ Lee coming out in Chicago. Like it can't get any better. And then they're playing her music at the Cubs game, like outside everywhere. Like the whole city's a buzz for it. Like it's just too good. And everybody's emotional online for it. Like it's a knockout the park for WWE for what they did.
And the number one thing we're going to look at here is like, is it going to get paid off in the ring? Like, I know the hype's there and everybody's excited and everybody wants to be positive about it. I want to be positive about it too, but can she still go in the ring? Like, that's going to be the definitive moment at Wrestlepalooza. And what a better opponent than Becky Lynch to actually prove that she can do it in the ring. Like, wow. Like,
yeah. And it's a good way to set it up too with a mixed tag match to do it, because she doesn't have to do too much. But you saw what she did when she came in. You got the little Luthi's press, and and she slammed her back, and of course she smacked the taste out of her mouth. Got to get back, and I'm sure early predictions already. Becky's gonna take the pin, or she's gonna take the tap out. That's what's got to happen. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Down, wrestling fans, ringside Renaissance writers. Kombat Jones has given it to you. It is not a prediction. It's a spoiler. AJ Lee is going to get the win over Becky Lynch. You don't even have to watch it. You don't have to pay $30 a month for it.
She's going to tap out to the Black Widow. That's what's going to happen. So Punk doesn't need to take a pin. Seth doesn't need to take a pin. AJ Lee's definitely not going to take a pin coming back. It'll be Becky. She deserves all the heat up to that point, and that's the final get back. And then they can go forward and move forward, and AJ can, whatever can happen after that, and they can finally get their ass beat here and there as they should and as they will to go. We saw Naomi speaking that she wasn't very happy about Jimmy knocking her up, that he was going to be sleeping outside with the fleas because she wasn't there to be able to see AJ Lee, which was a sellout. They said all wrestlers had showed up from all brands pretty much to be there. It was like a sellout backstage, basically, too. They had people up behind the entrance ramp in the seats, sold out. It was that packed just to see AJ Lee. And then on Raw, we got that picture with Roxanne Perez and AJ Lee in the full circle moment with everybody. It's just crazy, but yeah.
And then Punk got the picture with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, and it said AJ Lee. That was pretty interesting. Now I gotta say this. Ready?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Make sure you strap in real quick. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I miss Liv Morgan.
Okay. Wow.
Roxanne Perez.
I do too.
I paused for a second. I paused for a second because I forgot her name. But seeing Roxanne Perez, bro, is making me miss Liv Morgan, and I never thought I would ever say that in a million years. I cannot stand Roxanne Perez.
I love Roxanne Perez.
Cannot stand her. Bro.
She's great. That was a great tag match. Her and Liv Morgan are gonna feed people. They're gonna eat when Liv Morgan gets back. Not to mention, I can't wait to see Roxanne Perez with AJ Lee, of course, which everybody wants to see. But Liv Morgan and AJ Lee is going to be one hell of a thing too. Both from Jersey. And we were talking about how much influence AJ Lee has had. You can clearly see it. You could see it on Cora Jade, Elena Black easily. Well, maybe that was more of her just being obsessed with Punk. But Roxanne Perez is more of a correlation between her and AJ Lee, without a doubt. She's definitely the AJ Lee super fan. The way she does everything, if you look at it, it's true. And Liv Morgan, pulls a lot. If you look back in the day from kind of how she can, with the crazy thing and all this other stuff, it's very close. So I think Liv Morgan and AJ Lee could have one hell of a feud.
I can't even believe I'm actually saying that stuff, man. But
Liv Morgan is good in the ring. Liv Morgan is good in the ring. She's good in the mic. She's good in the story. She knows what to do. She's been praised for it backstage by everybody, by the best. Raw is also going to have AJ Lee and Punk face-to-face with Becky and Seth. And Becky's got her title back now, so we'll see where that feud goes. We'll see if Becky and Seth can finally recoup and recover from the shock and throw some shots back at AJ Lee and Punk, and we'll see how AJ's able to kind of take that and see if she can rebuttal and build the match more for Wrestlepalooza, because it's a quick build, but we ain't mad at it. We happy, That's your as she said, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, and we are your favorite podcast's favorite podcast, And we are rated RR for Ringside Renaissance, as seen on Netflix. The Bad Boys of Wrestling podcast, busted open, approved. Yeah.